Side Scrolls is brought to you by you. If you'd like to support the show, head over to patreon.com/sidescrollers. It's time for Side Scrollers on YouTube.com with me, Stuttering Craig. I like movies that have sand in them. Wow.
He doesn't like it in his mouth.
And producer extraordinaire, Travis Key.
I don't like the texture in my mouth.
What? And brought to you by you, the G2 community at patreon.com/sidescrollers. And now, broadcasting from our homes, it's time for the #1 gaming and entertainment podcast on planet Earth. It's time for Side Scrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and especially Rumble.com. Twitch.tv. What's going on, everybody? Hi, I'm Stuttering Craig. Welcome to the #1 and most important video game daily podcast starting at 11 a.m. Central Time on this YouTube channel on planet Earth. It's Side Scrollers. Man, do we got a good one today. I cannot wait because we have a great guest, maybe two. We'll see if Flawed shows. But Travis is joining us today. Hello, Travis. Good to see you.
Hey, today is Escapology Day, oddly enough.
The hell are you talking about? I don't even know what's happening right now.
It's the appreciation of people who know how to escape shit. I don't know.
Interesting. Thank you, Travis. Also joining us for the first time in 2.5 long weeks after returning from the land of Oz and just criminals, just ridiculous criminals and spiders, just horrible, horrible people down there in Australia, just waiting to bend the knee at the first chance. It's Blabs.
Yay. Like this escape stuff. Does that count for like escape rooms and stuff? Like you're really good at escaping out of rooms or like out of prison?
Any escape, being
you learn something new every day.
Yeah, any type of being confined and getting out.
It's like
the picture they showed was like Houdini being chained up and all that, but it's for any type of escapology, which I feel like
so much when
I didn't even know it was a fucking word. Like escapology.
And today is National Escapology Day.
It's international.
It's a worldwide holiday.
Bro.
Good. Our guest
on
today.
On a serious note, it's Alzheimer's Day as well. Alzheimer's Awareness Day.
Well,
thanks for that positivity.
Yeah, way
Trav.
to bring it down, Trav.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate that. YellowFlash, good to see you, buddy. How are you?
Good to be here finally.
Do you have anybody who celebrates Alzheimer's Day?
No.
Okay.
Hey, to bring it down a little more, my great aunt died this morning too, so I got to go to a funeral tomorrow.
Okay, listen.
God,
here's the thing. Okay,
bringing everything down.
If Travis is going to be like this today, and he's going to constantly turn the dial down, we need to lift him up.
Backstage.
We no. We need to lift him up. Okay, Blabs, lift up Travis. Go.
You raise me up when I can't stand on shoulders. Whatever that song is. What the hell was he saying? I don't know.
Travis,
are you bad? I don't think she can.
Are you okay, Trav?
I don't know. It's early.
Okay, all right. Well, I mean, you're okay. I'm not going to go there. I was going to say your great aunt's not.
No, she's not.
Were you close?
Actually, she was my favorite.
Oh
shit, Craig, you piece of shit! Look what you just did.
I haven't seen her in many years though because she lives so far away and stuff. But when we used to go to my great grandma's house for holidays, she was always one I liked most.
Cancel Craig. Hashtag cancel Craig.
Funny enough, the reason I bought my car was because her car made an impression on me when I was little. She had a Cadillac. And I loved it, so that's why I bought a Cadillac.
I'm sorry, Travis. Craig's shit, but I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Travis. I'm sorry, buddy. I'd give you a hug if I was there.
Let me. Blabs,
Jiminy
are you logged into
Christmas.
your account that you can kick him?
Some dedication by him. He's down from this death, and he's still showing up for work.
Yeah, it's tough. It is dedication from
My
Craig,
mom's
man.
at work right now, and it's her aunt.
Man, well, guess also joining us today, just popping in. This is exciting. It's always a pleasure.
And he's not dead.
No, very much alive. It's Flawed.
I am. What's going on, guys?
Hey.
What's up, buddy?
How you doing?
It's good to
Appreciate
see you.
the invite.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You know, we're off to a rough start.
What's going on?
Let you know.
I killed the conversation.
Oh, like normal. Okay. I'm just joking. I love you.
Fuck you, Flawed.
So look, we got a lot to talk about today. We're going to talk about this Rumble thing. We're going to talk about Disney saying, "Oh, well, let's pump the brakes a little bit. Let's do that." A major transition or succession, if you will, in the world of media. I have a follow-up on our David Jaffe conversation from Friday, which it's been how many days? 3, 4, 5 days? 4 days. It's been 6 days since we had that conversation with David Jaffe, and something he said that does not and will not happen has happened. Which is once again, the slope is so slippery. And I also want to show you guys the funniest thing I saw today, which we'll get to that in a little bit later on. Flawed, it's good to see you.
Good seeing you guys.
Anything happening between yesterday and today?
For me, well, the day before yesterday, I met Glenn Beck, and he wants to be on his show for my song "Grateful."
Nice.
That happened. Yeah,
that's great.
That's like the biggest news for me.
That's cool. How did you meet him?
When I was going on Normal World on Tuesday, we were doing a sketch, and I walked past his office, and he was like, "I heard your song. Come on my show."
Nice.
It's crazy.
Doesn't he
That's
own
awesome.
that whole media company now? I thought.
Yeah,
Blaze TV, right?
Blaze,
crazy,
yeah.
man.
It's worth a lot of money, like a lot of money.
Trying to get
So-
a check.
Hey, just throwing this out there.
Put in a good word for me.
I need to put in a good word for me.
Hey, I am now followed, and I've shared a direct message with Dave Landau.
Oh yeah, he's cool. That's a cool guy.
Seems like a pretty cool guy.
He is normal guy.
Normal dude, which is good. Hence the show. Flash, you have anything exciting going on that we need to know about?
Not right now. No, I got a comic book coming up, but
Is there some sort of Kickstarter campaign or something? Or
yeah, it's going to be crowdfunding, but it's almost done though. So like you won't have to wait long when
Nice.
you get it.
okay, cool. Any ETA on that so we can share the word?
I'm hoping by the end of October or early November.
Cool. Nice.
I got a couple legal things that I'm trying to get done first, like trademark and all that stuff. But I'll talk about it more once that's done. But it's coming up. Pretty excited to step into the Eric July world.
It's probably good to get your trademarks done before you.
Yeah, because I'm gonna steal it.
Really?
Anything that works, I'm taking.
I just love the idea of Flash having this comic book or graphic novel, whatever you want to say, and then out of nowhere, just Superman walks into frame, and he's like, "I thought I could do it," you know. I don't know, like Batman. It's just like this giant crossover. I'm trying to get my copyrights in order here.
I got like a 30-second trailer if you want to play it.
Yes, of course we do.
For the
100%.
comic book?
It's been up for a while, but I mean, I haven't been on your channel in a while, so I'll put it in the private chat.
Okay.
While he gets that, we got 10 gifted subs from Stardust Viking.
Let's
Goodness.
go.
Yeah. All that green, bro.
He's
Hell
been
yeah.
like gifting a lot of
Goodness.
subs.
You gave 40 yesterday.
Yeah.
Well,
And I think he did a couple more.
it was actually
20,
20. But
Oh,
Was it?
it was
It
only
all- it
20?
showed up
It didn't
twice.
go twice?
only.
Okay.
No, it was amazing.
Ah,
So,
it's not
hey,
the same.
Still,
It's not the same block.
that's not enough.
It's
And
not
forget
the
everything he
same.
did.
Hey,
Nothing he did matters then.
You will not
Hey.
amount to anything in life.
look at it. Look at it right there. Bam. Let's go back to the wall.
I think you. Should
So his name
start-
is on there 3 times already?
I
This
think you
guy.
should.
Hey, that's an
him start-
MVP right there.
It sure
Mm.
is. 3
I think you
P.
should draw a little Viking helmet on the bottom of those.
Yeah,
when
get
you-
your art
Travis
skills flowing, Craig.
You should
Travis.
get Stardust face makeup too, the wrestler, with a Viking helmet.
Yeah, don't you know somebody who makes makeup?
Makes makeup.
Um,
Like Rihanna?
Yeah.
You do know. All right.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
Blake came in with a 2, says, welcome back, Blabs.
Hi, I survived. I'm not dead.
We did have a conversation of how I might get sued by somebody who makes makeup recently.
Jeffree Star, let's go.
Really?
Chess says, it's blabbing time. Hashtag BBC.
And what does BBC stand for, Craig?
British Broadcasting Company.
Corporation, but close. I was thinking a different BBC, but that's fine.
Okay. Yeah,
I learned so much on this show.
Isn't that the episode where she said big black cock?
Yeah.
Yep. That's what I learned. I grew up.
And you know, she could just have said bareback cock, but
whoa.
Okay.
Jesus.
I never even heard that before.
No, that's
Okay.
new.
Well, you got to be in the porn industry to know
Oh, yeah, I
these
forgot. I
things.
forgot you're a
Well,
deviant.
Trav,
I
I'm
forgot.
not in the porn
Degenerate.
industry, I'm sorry.
Hey, Flash is releasing a comic. Let's check out the trailer.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Does it have porn in it?
No, it's just a little teaser.
Okay, a little teaser.
Aw.
Got it.
This is sick already.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. This is like some Rocketeer shit.
Yeah, I actually have
Fire.
a question for you.
I like that. I like the planes. That's cool.
And you don't have to answer if you don't want to. It may be a spoiler. Does it take place around World War II?
Yeah, it's like a golden age comic. So
I love
like,
that.
I like that.
yeah, there was a lot of like, you know, and during World War II, a lot of the superheroes were like either directly involved in World War II or they were helping.
Yeah,
So
a lot of those characters were created because of World War II, during World War II. Yeah.
Love that.
So I want to do like a throwback to that, something like that. That's what I'm trying to do here.
If anybody
We're
ever
gonna have real Nazis in the book.
if anybody ever
Like
watched
Craigler
Justice
and
League-
Craig?
Yeah, just like them. If anybody
All
ever
right.
watched the cartoon Justice League, they had a 2-episode thing where they went back and during World War II and stuff, and it was such a great episode. I
remember that.
Focused around that would be awesome.
Wasn't I forget his name now? It's on the top of my head, but he's like
Vandal
the more.
Savage?
Yep, that's him. Yeah, I remember. That's a great episode.
Yeah.
Nice. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Me either.
Well, that's because you're not a nerd.
And I'm not in the porn industry.
Being a gamer doesn't make you a
We're
nerd.
learning so much about each other today. You're not a nerd. We're not in the porn industry. It's good stuff.
I know.
Well, Blabs, you could be in the porn industry.
Whoa.
No, I'm good. I'm pretty happy that I'm not. Thanks. Like one
Okay.
dude at a time. Yeah, I'm good.
Respect it.
Yeah, respect the power.
I respect it.
Wow. Just saying that, like Travis putting out his business card out there. Hey, you could be in the porn industry. I'm just letting you know.
We need you. Only Blabs coming soon to a theater near
right.
you.
Hey,
right.
I bet you'd make a lot of money.
Oh my
Go
god.
on. Okay. Anyway, let's move right on.
Hey, Mr. Hung
Yeah.
K. The irony of this is not escaping me. Mr. Hung K came in with a brand new tier 1 sub over on Twitch. Thank you so much, Mr. Hung.
Hung.
Maybe you and Black
He's
can
hung.
work together.
Maybe he's Asian and you're
He's
making sex
advertising
jokes
for the
over his
part.
name.
Good
That's
lord.
good.
Chimed in at perfect time.
Like, you see, Clemson doesn't even know, man. Clemson's
Hey,
like, what is
Clemson.
even happening? I don't even know Clemson. I don't even understand
I don't
what's
know.
happening.
It's a morning.
It is morning. Hey, do us a favor, guys. Hit the thumbs up button if you guys are popping in for the first time. Really appreciate that. You can follow us over at rumble.com/sidescrollers now more than ever. We also have a Twitter account, which we're posting more clips on. And sometimes there may be clips on there that are not on our YouTube channel. So make sure you guys go over and follow. It's at SidescrollerPod. And we have an Instagram, don't we, Blabs?
We do. I've been kind of MIA a bit, but I have been posting some memes on there. So if you miss out the memes, they are most likely going to be on our Instagram. And we're close up to 500. I'm looking at it right now. We're at 471 follows.
Nice.
Follow
So if
us
you
on
guys-
Instagram.
Let's go.
Damn. I apologize in advance for the memes today.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
no. Why?
yeah.
Why?
You set up
I don't
crazy
see
shit.
anything yet.
I don't know. I just had a thought because Dr. Zio
Oh,
said
dear.
Shane Cloud wasn't in the chat for the Blabs combo, and I'm just
No,
thinking,
that's fine.
great.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Let's move on
Always
now.
lurking. Always lurking. We just passed 41,000 subscribers, which is great, growing oh so quickly. A few hundred every single day, which is awesome.
Crazy.
It's been great. You guys have been into what we've been throwing down lately. A lot of great guests. Speaking of great guests, next Thursday it'll be a one-on-one interview with D-Day Cobra, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, and I'm going to dig deep on that.
Who's
onion,
that?
Man. I can't wait.
That sounded wild.
I'm going to dig deep on that.
Onion?
Carton of ice cream.
DJ?
Yeah, it's been more like peel back meat.
Yeah,
Do
just
you
peel
want
back
me to-
layers of the
Do you want me
Dig
to
in.
keep talking about porn today, or what? Are we trying to move on here?
Our goal is to get 300 likes, as always. We're going to see what we can do. And 20 memberships. We're halfway there, which is great. We got 10 from Stardust Viking right there coming in. You can see on the wall back there. So make sure you guys, if you like to continue to support, that's a great way to do it. Your super chats and direct donations are a great way to support the channel because we've been going hard and blowing hard like Travis.
What's
here the
going
channel.
on?
Let's go.
What's happening today?
That was
Did,
the
you guys
best one
spike
so
your
far.
coffee? Did
That
I
was
not
a
get
good
the
one.
memo today?
Hey, speaking of, usually I do a stream over on the Side Scrollers Plays channel. Today we may or may not be over there. It depends if I decide to do gaming music, but we are definitely gonna be doing a music stream on Thursdays. It will 100% be over on Rumble though, at rumble.com/sidescrollers. So make sure you guys hit the follow button over there because we can do all sorts of fun things over there that we can't on YouTube and Twitch and everywhere else. So that's the music stream this afternoon. That's right, man. It's
Free
good
feast,
stuff.
baby.
He's ready.
Yes. All right. I think that's about it. I think we're ready to go. Trav, do you have any more porn you want to throw out there?
No, I'm good.
Any
I wasn't
glizzies from
expecting that.
Flawed?
That
Well,
caught me off
it's
guard.
time for
Should
my
have
favorite
said
segment.
slang, but
Your favorite segment. Everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for Hard News. Okay, the big news over the last day and the 13.1 million impressions over on Rumble, over on Twitter, has been Rumble's response to the United Kingdom Parliament letter that was sent to them, and them effectively rejecting that shit to half court, which was amazing to see. So you guys, I'm sure everybody here saw this, and Flawed, you are obviously very much in with our friends over at Rumble over there, doing special guest stuff and handing out money and all that stuff, which is great for doing.
But I don't get any. But yep.
Yeah, what the hell's up with that?
I don't know. Didn't get $1. I don't know.
Passing it on.
So here is the letter that was sent to them from the UK Parliament, and
It's insane.
this is.
Yeah.
I never thought you'd like. I nearly titled the episode today something to the effect of, "Do you not understand now?" Right?
Yeah.
Like, how do you? I don't know how anybody can look at this and not be like, "Oh man, that's really fucked up." Right? But the letter says, "Dear Chris," Chris being the CEO of Rumble. Let's see if I can make this a little bigger for everybody.
Pause.
Says, no, cannot. Damn it. I'm writing concerning the serious allegations regarding Russell Brand in the context of his being a content provider on Rumble with more than 1.4 million followers. The Culture, Media, and Sport Committee is raising questions with the broadcasters and production companies who previously employed Mr. Brand to examine both the culture of the industry in the past and whether that culture still prevails today. However, we are also looking at his use of social media, including on Rumble, where he has issued his preemptive response to the accusations made against him by the Sunday Times and Channel 4's dispatches. While we recognize that Rumble is not the creator of the content published by Mr. Brand, we are concerned that he may be able to profit from his content on the platform.
It's crazy.
We would be grateful if you would confirm whether Mr. Brand is able to monetize his content, including the videos related to the serious accusations against him. If so, we would like to know whether Rumble intends to join YouTube in suspending Mr. Brand's ability to earn money on the platform. We would also like to know if Rumble is doing what Rumble's doing to ensure that creators are not able to use the platform to undermine the welfare of victims of inappropriate or potential illegal behavior.
Or how about undermining the legal process?
Yeah.
How about that?
I like
Like,
the
don't-
wording in there where they say, "Oh, his preemptive response." Like,
right.
how dare he get his word out before the
Yeah,
media had a
there's
chance to
this
smear
thing.
him?
And doesn't this sound like they don't want him to be able to make money because then he might be able to pay for lawyers? You know what I'm saying? Like that type of shit, even though he has plenty of money.
I think they
But
just want to like show that they can stop everything in its tracks if they say something about you.
Yeah, well, and it's crazy. Like I said, there's a division of government for a reason. The judicial branch is separate from the legislative branch, right? So
Well-
what is the legislative branch doing? Sending letters about morality and making judgments on people when we have a judicial branch.
No,
It's
hold on,
the
hold on,
UK.
hold on. Yeah, this is in the UK. Keep in
But
mind,
they
this is-
still have the same. They have a parliament and a
But, like,
and
they
a
can't
judiciary.
say
It's the
America do
same
this.
fucking thing.
right. Now, like this is you're dealing with an entirely different legal system, government, everything over in the UK, right?
It's still
And
ridiculous.
yes, it is ridiculous, and it should put a spotlight on. Just a few days ago, people were like, "Oh, it's a conspiracy." All these crazy conspiracies theorists saying they're going after Russell Brand. Well, like they're literally in writing going after every platform that Russell Brand is on, regardless of if it's been proven or not.
And
Which
since-
is the saddest thing about it.
Hasn't even been
That's
accused legally.
well, right. And since that's a
Right.
government employee, isn't that putting pressure on somebody? So in other words, you're using your power as a government employee or whomever
Sounds
this
like
person was,
harassment.
right? And to try and scare a company and to stop
Which
having
is
somebody
illegal,
work
isn't
there.
it? To do what they're doing?
Well,
Is
it
that
sounds
even
like
legal to like?
blackmail.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Coercion at bare minimum.
Yeah, definitely
So-
coercion at least.
This is the first email, right? This is the first response to the first any sort of communication that they've had, assumingly regarding this issue, right?
Well, they
So-
started it off with a doozy, didn't they?
Well, all this is saying is like, hey, it'd be really great, right? And however
Like
you
this.
read that, there may be like a wink, wink, nudge, nudge type
Very
thing.
menacing.
Well, and they admit in there, they've talked to everybody he's worked for. Now, let's keep this in mind of what I said yesterday. People used to hire, that was his brand, Russell Brand. Funny, I know it's funny, but that was his brand to be overtly sexual. That was it. That's what they hired him for.
Yeah.
And now they're saying, go back and look into him being overtly sexual. You hired him for that. That's what you paid him for.
And he was good at it.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So I said this before. I think Russell Brand, like, he's not super funny, right? I think that I never really got
Agreed.
his shtick.
He very much made himself
he's-
look like an idiot most of the
He
He
time.
was
Very
funny on
right.
those wrap-up shows, though. Those yearly English wrap-up shows where they would have
His-
like a panel. He was hilarious on those.
Yeah, his comedy's not good, but when he talks about government, he always says something profound.
He does. He does make profound statements that I think resonate with a lot of people. And I think that's the issue here is we talked about this at length a couple days ago when this first came down. But this was before the UK Parliament was sending these letters to Rumble. And we talked about the slippery slope attached to YouTube, right? Who here has done anything ever that could potentially damage or hurt a viewer of YouTube? Everybody, literally everybody.
Everything that comes out of my mouth.
Yeah,
Right. And according
Again,
to
the
YouTube's
most
slippery
egregious
slope,
one,
words are
Well, right.
violence.
David
Right.
Dobrik almost killed somebody for YouTube content.
right. So we listed off a bunch of people we posted a video of it. It's actually on the channel right now on YouTube and on Twitter as well. Where we name names to say like, well, how come these people aren't demonetized, right? And this is
why it
the
might be
slippery
sued.
slope that YouTube has set, right? They're the ones who are they don't just have the slope. They're putting water and oil and everything else on that slope that people can slide on down, right? And this is the result of this. Well, YouTube said, hey, we're going to demonetize them. So now there's your first step. So the UK Parliament says, okay, Rumble, what are you going to do? Look at YouTube. YouTube, this glorious haven of speech and wonderful things. What are you going to do, Rumble? Well, their response is this, which is brilliant. It says, Rumble's response to the UK Parliament video, it has over 100,000 likes, 13.3 million impressions. So today we received an extremely disturbing letter from a committee chair in the UK Parliament. While Rumble obviously deplores sexual assault, rape, and all serious crimes and believes that both alleged victims and the accused are entitled to a full and serious investigation, it is vital to note that recent allegations against Russell Brand have nothing to do with content on Rumble's platform. Just yesterday, YouTube announced that based solely on these media accusations, it was barring Mr. Brand from monetizing his video content. Rumble stands for very different values. We have devoted ourselves to the vital cause of defending a free internet, meaning an internet where no one arbitrarily dictates which ideas can or cannot be heard, or which citizens may or may not be entitled to a platform. We regard it as deeply inappropriate and dangerous that the UK Parliament would attempt to control who is allowed to speak on our platform or to earn a living from doing so. Singling out an individual and demanding his ban is even more disturbing given the absence of any connection between the allegations of his content and his content on Rumble. We don't agree with the behavior of many Rumble creators, but we refuse to penalize them for actions that have nothing to do with our platform. Although it may be politically and socially easier for Rumble to join a cancel culture mob, doing so would be a violation of our company's values and mission. We emphatically reject the UK Parliament's demands.
You know, I just had a thought. This makes it real easy for Russell Brand to sue people for defamation. Prove the assets that you lost, they demonetize me right there.
Those are the hardest lawsuits to win, though.
I know, but they're
almost impossible to win. Like right. It's still crazy to me that Johnny Depp won the one he did. Like
they said these things to him, and he's clearly lost work for it. It's in the news. So I mean, if he doesn't go to court for this, that's defamation 101. You said this about me. I haven't been legally charged. I'm going to sue you. And the way it works when you sue for defamation is the person who defamed you has to prove that they didn't defame you.
Okay, so what Rumble did here was, this is a master class on how to respond to this bullshit, right?
With class, yeah.
Whether this is the UK Parliament or some asshat down the street saying you can't say that because you have a platform or whatever. And the way that they responded to this, specifically in here about the idea that more or less saying, what does him doing in his personal life have to do with anything on our platform, right? And that just needs to be echoed across the internet, right? Now, once again, we've shown the hypocrisy of YouTube several times. I mean, look, we all understand there's immense hypocrisy on YouTube. And that's the one thing that I can say about Rumble, that they have had their line in the sand, and they've stood behind their line in the sand the entire time. They've been consistent with their messaging. Whereas with YouTube in particular, and Twitch, and really any other platform out there, they're all over the place. One week you can say this week you can say that. Blah, 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 blah. But Rumble says, we don't give a shit. You can say what you want to say on our platform, just like the internet used to be.
Yeah, well, there's two things. Clearly, this is character assassination, because they wouldn't have went and talked to his ex-wife. And, none of the people he dated or worked with said anything like he assaulted me or he sexually, abused me or touched me or anything. They just said, sometimes he made me a little uncomfortable. Yeah, when you hire somebody who's overtly sexual to be overtly sexual in a business place, that's going to happen.
Flash, what are your thoughts on this, man?
I think that the conspiracy theories have been proven right on him. Like, there's clearly something going on. The government is targeting him. I mean, that if you were on the fence with this, I don't know how you can't be like a little bit more like eyebrow raising on this, because all these companies are going after him. It clearly feels like a targeted attack. And going back to the allegations themselves, which I always find funny, is the Times article is behind a fucking paywall. But apparently this is the credible source that everyone's been waiting on. I mean, it's a joke. This is a joke. I don't know if he's guilty or not.
Isn't that a way for them to make a lot of money too? Put it behind a paywall. Everybody's talking about it. They want to go read it. They pay for it.
Well, that's the whole idea, right?
Yeah. You would think that they would I don't know. It's just crazy to me. I never expected to see it at this kind of level. The British government put out.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think they didn't want it to go public, but they should have known it would.
Right.
Mhm.
And I think that's the thing that's most alarming for a lot of people is that it's so overtly it's so overtly public. The idea that this is a letter that's on official letterhead, from a UK committee with their
Yeah.
you know what should happen? What should happen is that the culture, media, and sports committee should be flooded with phone number with calls today at this phone number up here, whatever this is, 0207, whatever it is. Like, people should be flooding them today and being like, nah, fuck that. That's ridiculous that you're gonna even think about based off allegations. I think that's the craziest thing, whether they are legit or not. That's the scariest thing about this.
I think it's bullshit that someone can have their life destroyed after some fucking thing that apparently happened 10, 12 years ago with no evidence whatsoever. You're done.
Well, and that's what I was saying yesterday. It would be one thing if just there was like the bare minimum of evidence. Had one of these women went and told their best friend after it happened, then it's not like you planned it.
She said.
I
that
get
doesn't
that,
matter.
but then it's like you did it 10 years ago, so it's not like you've been planning this for 10
Did you
years.
see the little
You know what I'm
blurb at
saying?
the end of the article where they're like, yeah, we went and talked to them and told them that Russell Brand is a big influencer now, and they really wanted to put their words out there to let people know. Like they were fine with it until they found out he was a fucking commentary guy going against big pharma and all this shit.
I love
That's
the
a real paragraph in that article. I can pull it up if you haven't seen that.
Yeah, I would love to see that. Flat.
I love the
Vlad, what are
verbiage
your
that
thoughts?
Rumble used, though. Absolutely disturbing. Love it.
Basically everything y'all said. I agree with everything. That's it seems like a concerted effort to just honestly, I hate to be a conspiracy theorist, but it also could be them going at Rumble as well. I think that they hate that Tate's over there. They hate that anyone that they try to cancel goes to that platform. And Rumble's suing Google at the same time. They have an antitrust lawsuit right now against Google.
They hate that they
Really?
can't control Rumble, basically.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because Google
That's
suppressed the Republican debate.
I think
wow.
that's interesting, right?
Oh
And-
yeah, I read that today.
That's
Yeah.
So this could be like a character assassination of Rumble as well.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Two
I think-
birds, one stone.
Yeah.
I
for
think
sure.
that is definitely coming, because what you're going to see is, Rumble has responded and said, nah, talk to the hand, bitch, right? And nobody in government is going to sit down and take that. And what's amazing is you have a company that is literally publicly traded on, it's a publicly traded company in Rumble that you would, and there was a video that was put out earlier today from the CEO talking about why they went public and why it's important for you to more or less go buy the stock, but now more than ever, because they know that there's going to be this intense fight, and these are major fights that are going to happen. And when you're fighting against literally the government, one of the biggest governments in the world, the UK is a massive government with a lot of
they're
pull.
going after you. They got a lot of allies over here.
And Chris just retweeted a post from Glenn Greenwald that says that the MP, the lady, whatever, Dinenage, whatever her name is, she has ties to Google.
And there
Right.
you go. Imagine that.
I've got that pulled up if you want to take a look at it.
Mm-hmm. Let's do it. Let's check
And
it
this
out.
is from that Times article.
All of Russell Brand's accusers were fine
They
with
don't even
everything
care.
until he became a food.
Newfound prominence. So they didn't want to speak out when he was
They didn't
all
even
over
hide it.
every TV show and movies
They were
and all
just
that.
paid out
Yeah.
to say, hey, you say this.
They waited
So-
till he was the opposition.
But as soon as he's like a YouTuber, like, what the fuck?
So this is
Weird.
an actual line in the article itself.
Yeah, Sargon's the one that shared it first, but yeah, this is
All said-
wild.
All said they felt ready to speak only after being approached by reporters. Several said they felt compelled to do so given Brand's newfound prominence as an online wellness influencer with millions of followers on YouTube and other sites. Wow.
I don't get it.
They all felt compelled to do so after getting a nice paycheck telling them what to say.
Well, and wait
I
a
don't
minute,
get
and
it.
they're all anonymous. Weird.
Why would they not go to the police though? That's what I don't understand. If he
Why
committed
did
a
they
crime,
do so in the first
why
place?
would you go to the media?
See, damn woke white women, man. I'm telling you.
So all these
'Cause
women,
all of them are
who-
super liberal, and they're like, "Oh, he's the right wing influencer now, huh?"
That's
All
really.
these
I
women
didn't think he
show
did
him.
anything wrong
all
until
these
he
women
became
who-
right wing.
We don't even know who they are. Keep that in mind. We don't even know who they are, but they felt.
We know
We
who
know-
one of them are.
Yeah.
One of
Okay,
them
one,
actually
I'm
used her
sorry.
name. That's
Nina
his,
something.
one of his ex-girlfriends,
But-
and I don't even think that one. I don't even think that she claimed sexual assault. She claimed emotional damage or something, right? It could be
Emotional damage.
something like that. But she didn't claim like
That's
sexual
wild.
assault. The ones claiming sexual assault are the ones using the fake names.
Yeah. So
You know-
keep this in mind. Most of them, but one, are all anonymous. Okay. So these anonymous people were spoken to by reporters. How they found them when they're anonymous, I don't know. And now they, you know what I'm saying? And now they want to speak up after they talked them into it. It sounds like.
Yeah,
There's
you were molested. Basically, is what they
Did
walked
you
up and
know
said.
that?
Well, it almost sounds like Russell. He's very overtly sexual. It sounds like he may have treated
Yeah,
you in a
He
bad
did
way.
something.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
guy? What dude in Hollywood or music or whatever is not fucking sexual? Like all these big time
again-
dudes are because they have women throwing themselves at them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Again,
with
that
their
was
underwear, like
Russell-
here.
Russell Brand's brand.
yeah,
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
I
legit.
think, when you look at like you think of hotshot actors who probably have had a litany of women over the course of their careers who just have had, like, okay, let's just go down the list. Leonardo DiCaprio, right? And I'm not saying anything, but this is their reputation. Leonardo DiCaprio, George Clooney, Brad Pitt, right? The list will go on and on and on and on. And they're all known for dating younger women, right? Having lots of girlfriends, right? So at what point does this happen? And one of those women in 1997 comes out and says, Brad Pitt touched my elbow inappropriately.
You touched my weenus.
Or look at Armie Hammer.
there's
Armie
only
Hammer.
one man that will rise above it, and that's Keanu Reeves.
Armie Hammer, he had those private messages. Yes,
He wanted to
there was
eat
like
he's
I'll
been
bite
terminated,
you and the
basically, from
cannibalism
Hollywood.
stuff. But that's all private. That was consensual shit. Like,
Yeah.
and then they released them, and he can't get a job now. So
Yep.
like, that
People
was
should stop
private
texting
stuff.
shit like that. I don't get it.
You're right. But
Say
it's
it in
like
person unless they go and record you.
if somebody's private shit was released, I would not let it make a decision in my
Yeah,
whether or not
if my
it's
private shit
private.
was released, I'd be out of here too.
So that leads us to the next question: is will there be a race to the
Superior
accusations? No, Flaw. No,
Okay,
no.
okay.
Listen, wait. Yeah, but
Are they
will there?
blonde hair, blue eye?
Oh dare.
I'm neither. Just
Did
like
we
to point
just talk
that out.
about these things called Nazis?
But is there going to be a race to accusations here? Because if this is how quickly you can destroy somebody and have big tech go after you and say, well, no, you can't monetize on YouTube, you can't monetize on Netflix, you can't monetize on any of these things because I said you can't, regardless of if this true or not. Like if let's just say Blabs was really spiteful towards an old boyfriend, right? And that boyfriend somehow made it and he became a prominent B tier actor on Netflix,
dick.
right? And you were like, listen, in 2003, he looked at me. And by the way, I want to let you know I was 12 at the time, however you were, right? You were a child, right? All of a sudden, like this guy's career is like, it's just there's so many questions attached to this that
Well, and those are like you can make that up. Shane
Of course.
Dawson spoke about kids in a sexual manner. Willow
Will Smith.
On YouTube, on fucking YouTube.
Yep.
That's not an accusation. That you can see.
And this never happens to women. So this is only weaponized towards men in these like spaces. These people who are big and famous. No one goes after women like this.
Half of the people on our list in that video that we posted, all the content that they did that they should be canceled for or removed from YouTube, if that's the standard they set,
Yep.
was on fucking YouTube.
Yep.
Cardi B's one because she posted something the other day like, yeah, I had to rob and steal from people, but I had to do what I
She
had to
said
do.
that lots of times.
Had
Well,
to do
then
it.
She laughed,
shouldn't
didn't
YouTube
she?
demonetize her channel?
Nothing
Because,
happens.
She did a bunch of crimes.
Right.
She admitted to it.
Great
And I'm
point.
not advocating for that. I'm just saying.
If she admits
Yeah.
to it, Russell Brand denies it, and
Jake
everything's
Paul-
gone.
Jake Paul was setting giant fires in his pool in the
I wish I was
backyard
there.
and posting it on fucking YouTube. Like, are you kidding me?
I still remember which was the Paul brother who
Logan,
put
the
that
Suicide
video
Force.
of that body, yeah.
Yeah.
They changed the entire way the monetization works on YouTube because of that asshole.
And then remonetized them.
Yeah, he has more channels than before.
I had to wait a year to get monetized because of him.
Yep.
So this goes back to, there will be, in my mind, there will be a day where we look back on 2 days ago, specifically September 19th, the day, or maybe I get technically the 18th, where YouTube rolled this out.
Yep.
And where they say, well, just because you have this thing that happened outside of the platform doesn't mean we can't hurt you on our platform. Because to me, that's the most fucked up thing about all of this, right?
Yep.
And it goes back to the statement that they said, which I'll pull this up again, just so we're all on the same page. This is on Tuesday. Said a YouTube spokesperson, by the way, never named, just a blanket YouTube spokesperson,
An AI,
right? If a creator's off-platform behavior harms our users, employees, and ecosystem, we take action. What the fuck does that mean?
It's a blanket statement.
Yeah.
It's a blanket statement so that they can do anything. Anything you do. Well, we don't like that. Demonetized.
You guys remember
And
what I said before the show?
That goes beyond monetization too, by the way, because they could just remove you.
Yep.
Yeah. Like I said to Craig before the show, I wouldn't be surprised if after talking about this, somehow we get demonetized shortly after this.
Dude,
that would be trash.
Look, I think there's going to be a few things are going to result from this. People are going to see how easy this is, right?
Mm-hmm.
To literally ruin somebody's life, potentially.
It's incentivized.
What's that?
It's incentivized now, is what's happening.
100%. This is easy. This is easy to do. Are you kidding me? They said bad things to me maybe 15 years ago. I didn't like how it hurt. I'm hurt.
Yep.
Right? I was hurt by this. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go back once again to that line. Well, guess what? There's 200 million. There's 2 billion people who use YouTube on a day-to-day basis. That's 2 billion users, right? And they've been harmed by words. They've been harmed by something they may have said.
Well, and being harmed by words and opinions.
Relative.
So there's culture differences,
Yeah.
right? So I could say I'm harmed by something an Indian does in India, right? Yep. Or something somebody does it like because they make women wear a burqa or something. I could say that harms me. You know what I'm saying? Like so they're picking which is moral and which is not. And
who defines what's moral and
right?
not?
And are they going to do it
definitions.
regionally, or what? Is it different for different countries? Is it going to be because Japanese find a whole lot different things insulting than we do?
Yeah, that's how they're going to do it. They're going to clamp down on everything.
Just stinks. It just stinks. It stinks
all like
of
guilt by association and everything.
Stinks of corruption.
Yep.
What about China, where they have them social scores now?
Connections, that's about the connection between the Parliament UK and Google. Like it's slimy.
It's all political and nasty, and it's just
gross.
seeping everywhere. Yeah.
And like those of you who are like, well, you don't know, right? Maybe there's something to this. Yes, maybe there is something to it. It doesn't mean he's got his entire fucking likelihood removed.
Right.
You said people are going to remember YouTube 2 days ago, what they just did rolling that out. I think people will remember what Rumble's response as well. So it's like, silver lining. I think that'll make people open their eyes. Things like this.
Hopefully.
They've made themselves a target.
Yeah.
Rumble has 100% made themselves a target because they are standing up against it. And
everyone was retweeting it too.
Yeah, the 13 million impressions on Twitch or Twitter or X or whatever it's called.
Rumble. Hey, Rumble might be making some money on Twitter.
Save it up for those legal fees.
I'll tell you what, man. Wouldn't that be interesting? You know, the idea if X and Rumble were to come together in some way, shape, or form. Like,
I don't see it happening.
Neither do I.
Hey,
But
Elon may buy them for $5 billion just cause too.
And then shut down free speech.
Yes, because I
Right,
hope not.
true.
In all honesty, no.
Yeah.
Twitter X, whatever the fuck you want to call it, has been running shit in the last.
You
Yeah.
never know. He may get a bug up his ass and go on a spending spree.
No,
That'd be
he just
trash.
follows the money.
Man. Sal came in with the 2. Thank you so much, Sal, with the direct donation. Says, if Brand sues the UK, he'll automatically lose. The UK government always sides with themselves whenever anyone challenges them. The only chance he has is if he sues in the US. I'm not familiar enough.
I don't think you can
Neither.
sue the British Parliament in the U.S.
See, I wouldn't sue the parliament. I would sue the individual. That individual who sent that and said that's not her job. That's
That
what
witch
I would claim.
Caroline.
I
Well-
would say she's abusing her job, her position as an MP or whatever, a minister.
Well, but once again, I want to go back, and this is where the technicalities line in. They didn't say anything that you need to do this. They just implied. It was a, hey, what are you doing about this? To which
Yeah,
Rumble
but-
said, get the fuck out of here.
That's
Yep.
coercion. It's got to be when you're a government employee sending something from your government letterhead. If that's not a coercion, I don't know what is.
Nah, it is.
It's disgusting. That's what it is. The Nobody Cares Man says a drop in the basket is worth a shepherd's shilling. Thank you. Appreciate that. With
Did I say John Malkovich?
that was from John Tron Malkovich. That's right. All right. EHF says it reminds me of Google Selfish Ledger. It reminds me of Google Selfish Ledger, a way of total data collection and social engineering to modify the behavior of entire populations based on what Google wants. Man,
Yeah.
and this is for those who may be tuning in for the first time. First off, if you are, do me a couple things. Hit the subscribe button and subscribe to our channel. Come join us every day, and hit the thumbs up button. Our goal is always 300 thumbs up. Let's see if we can do that today. But those who are ever on the fence about a larger agenda, I don't understand how you can not look at this and be like,
This is
and
Minority
not see
Report,
it.
basically.
No. Go ahead, Flash.
No, I was just saying, yeah, I agree with what he said.
Yeah, you guys are both
Minority
right.
Report.
Hayden came in and says, being an istophobe isn't shutting people down anymore. Now everyone with the new wrong view did a grape. There are 3 out now: Brand, Ballard, and Rudy. Who are Ballard
I'm
and
not
Rudy?
familiar with the last 2.
Tim Ballard. I think he did Sound of Freedom. I don't know who Rudy is.
Is he talking about Rudy Giuliani?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Thanks, Hayden. Appreciate that, man.
Or the
And,
football player.
Dude on Rumble with the $1 donation says, remember, porn doesn't come back 20 years later and falsely accuse you.
True.
God, man.
Cheers, bro. Thank you, dude.
Oh, I gotta
That's
be honest.
Travis's second account.
I can make some money. Come on, guys. No.
That's
For the-
Travis's alt.
I will say this. I'm kind. Look, there's a lot of value in what he just said. Right?
It's all legal. It's written out.
It's true.
You can abuse your screen as much as you want there, dude. Cajun Corey says,
abuse
oh no, who
yourself.
let Blabs back in the country? Welcome back, Blabs. Hope you had a fun trip. Let's
I
go.
did. Thank you.
You're not abusing the screen. You're abusing yourself, Craig. So
Then you punch the screen from shame.
Oh my
Oh, I
God.
can't believe I did that. Boom.
So I brought up the ball punching video.
What did I
Again,
miss
if you brought it up the
while I
first
was
time, you brought it up
gone?
twice now.
There's a whole lot of porn going on
Yeah,
today.
let's reel it in a little bit. Let's reel it in.
Man, you leave for 2 weeks.
I was
and
going to use it as
Travis goes
an
all
example
porno.
of something, but never mind. I was gonna
We've
say,
heard your
it's like
examples
Russell's
today,
getting
Trev.
punched in the balls.
All right. It's funny. Okay, apparently, this was just retweeted by Rumble, which is interesting that Rumble is becoming the arbiter of truth at
Facts.
this point, and which is interesting.
Kind of
Apparently,
like Wendy's on Twitter.
I don't know who Dylan Dennis is.
The MMA fighter that's fighting Logan.
Okay, he's a multi-time jiu-jitsu world champion, it says. He apparently was just banned off of Instagram for some reason. And Rumble tweeted out, says, buckle up since ship is going into high gear.
Or
Um,
what?
Probably for posting Logan's girl.
Is that what
Oh,
happened?
yeah,
What was
He's been
Bull's-
doing that a lot.
Yeah, but
It's I don't know. They're public photos, so I don't know how he's like getting in trouble for it. It's wild.
right, unless they're saying it's harassment or whatever, he's probably getting
But they're public.
mass reported is what it is. So they're just they're taking the they're giving benefit of the doubt if it's so many reports that it's probably true.
Same thing with Camelot. Same thing with Cecil.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think that's exactly what happened to Cam is he had 100 people report him. So they said, well, this must be true. Let's take it down and we'll figure it out.
Yep.
So I think the natural question for a lot of people who will watch our show, who are tuning in, and us being over on YouTube, we're more or less just taking a piss all over YouTube and their actions while standing with Rumble is why don't you go to Rumble? Why don't you go to Rumble full time? And the reality is that the ecosystem isn't there.
Yeah,
yet,
you can't.
Right. It's very hard to make the jump. So I saw the quartering more or less respond to this saying like something to the effect of like, I'm going to squeeze every cent that I can out of YouTube while we can. Because at the end of the day, and my business model literally from the start is you can't rely on YouTube. This has been since 2006. You can't, wherever YouTube came to prominence, 2009, 2010. But with Screw Attack, it was always like, we're going to use every other outlet to push back to our outlet.
Yep.
And what I'm hoping and what you may start seeing here, which is maybe something that we may need to start doing, is the advent of your classic websites coming back. For the longest time, for the last decade, 12, 13 years, if you wanted to find anything, it's on YouTube. And that still will be the case, but use YouTube as a billboard for your off YouTube
funnel
platform. Yes,
Yeah.
as a funnel.
I think you said it perfectly. We're still on YouTube, and I to let everybody know where else we are, just in case something happens. But I think funnel is a good idea. I think YouTube's the biggest billboard one because Google owns them. So what's going to show up first when you search somebody's name? The YouTube, not the Rumble. Even if Rumble was bigger, it'd be the YouTube showing up first, guaranteed.
Yep.
I've said, and I've been adamant about this. We have a Patreon account. Patreon is not our last stop, right? If we're relying on Patreon, we're just as reliant on YouTube, right? It's all part of the big tech sphere. We've seen Patreon go out of their way to stamp out people that have wrong think, and that's wrong. That's wrong at all, across the board. So there will be a time, and it will be sooner than later, that we ask you guys for help, that we're going to ask you guys for assistance off platform, not Patreon, not YouTube. And it's going to happen because this is not the direction anybody should be excited about this thing going. It's a lot, man. So
yeah, I agree.
We got a sub, and it was Clifton 3D, and he said, "Return of MySpace." Well, MySpace still actually exists.
Yeah, it's still around.
Justin Timberlake purchased MySpace, and I think it was something cheap, like $2 million.
Yeah.
What is that new?
He turned
Nah, that was a few years ago.
He did it like 10 years ago, and he turned it into a music platform.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, and
no one knows, but yeah,
your page
I had
still
no
exists on there too somewhere. At least last time I looked at.
I'd buy and just turn it into a museum, just leave it.
I have a theory.
Like,
he did that.
Amy
for all
said
of,
this in 1999, whatever the hell it
Had a
came
tour
out.
guide.
Imagine all the backlog of your information that MySpace had.
I deleted my
Because
account.
You
I
got
deleted mine a long time ago.
you got to choose so much stuff on there that they could literally. So he buys it for that small $35 million, and then he could just sell that information for $35 million and keep MySpace.
That's crazy. He has $35 million. Like, he was really successful.
Just
That's crazy.
Yeah.
man,
I didn't know News Corp owned MySpace.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
That's crazy. So the owners of Fox owned MySpace.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Well, isn't Fox owned by Disney?
Well,
Really?
News Corp, no. I
don't know none of
think
this.
Well, they own like
They own-
21st Century Fox.
Right.
Is
Well,
that not the same?
they
Look at
don't own
MySpace.
Fox News.
Doesn't even look optimized.
So they own Fox, the TV brand and the movie brand, but not Fox News.
There's
separate
legit people
thing.
on there.
Yeah,
Listen, Flaud's gonna go and make a MySpace in the next couple hours and be like, "Hey, yo, hit me up, guys.
First movers, man. Everyone is back.
hit me up on
Shady is
MySpace.
back."
Man, that's crazy.
They got news on there.
Yeah, they got all. This is a hub for looks like music.
I wonder
and
how much
entertainment.
traffic they get.
I don't know.
That's a good question.
Maybe we just boosted it just now. You're welcome, Justin.
3
You're
viewers.
welcome.
Trav, see if you can find. There's a lot of social media platforms that allow you to see websites traffic, like Alexa.com, I think. See if you can find the MySpace traffic. That's interesting. But, anyways, like, I just
8 million views a month. Visits. It says 8 million visits a month.
In the grand scheme of things, it
Still
doesn't
a
seem
trash.
very
Yeah, it's like a
much.
drop in the. What do you say? Drop
Yeah.
in the puddle.
But
Whatever you say.
still,
Bucket.
if he's
Yeah,
still
bucket.
getting that, and he only paid 35 million for it 10 years ago, he's made his money back twice over.
You think so?
Oh yeah, for sure.
no way.
I don't think
I
so.
think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
With all the data he got and all the ads he's put
If
on
he's
there, I
maybe
think.
selling data, but I don't know. I feel like the 8 million is probably even bots too. I don't know about that. No one.
Yeah, it would even be up to date information because you think
Right.
when people were using MySpace, you get people like posting shit when they were in high school. Like all of that information would be out of date because most
Yeah.
of them probably in their own homes now and doing
Right.
different
Well,
things.
no,
A lot of them
because
probably
people can use
changed
that
their last
against
name.
them now. You said this when you were in high school. You suck. I'm gonna cancel you that.
You should put a
man.
poll and see who's using MySpace still for your followers, because I don't think not one of them are.
Just on a quick side note to all this, I was actually talking with Bill from the Game Chasers. I saw him at Retropalooza this past weekend, and I've had this idea, and I would love to kind of kick this around with you guys. I don't know the logistics of this, but I feel like so Bill was showing me he has a it's not an insurance card, but it's a card because it's not technically insurance. It is a legal defense for self-defense thing. It's called the Texas Law Shield, right? And it's a card that you carry that you pay every month for, just like insurance, but it's not technically insurance. Where if you were to get in trouble with your Second Amendment rights, they would like cover legal fees and such, right? And the idea is like in an instance that he shared was there was a shooting in a church where a guy walked in the Dallas-Fort Worth area a few years ago. A guy walked in, he was looking to mow some people down, and a guy in the church pulled out his handgun and capped him, right? Immediately. Solved the problem, got it done, right? The issue came when the person who was going to go in and commit mass murder, his family sued the guy who shot him, right?
What the hell?
Well, that's the same as when people rob a house and then they get hurt inside the house and sue the homeowner.
Right,
That's happened
right.
before.
Okay, so but the point I'm trying to make is this fund came in and they covered all the guy's legal expenses, right? It was several $1 million, right, to make this thing, to protect him. There should be something like that for free speech, to where
Agreed.
It's sad
you
we
can
have to
say
even think
what
of
you
that.
want. What's that?
I just think it's sad that we even have to go to that extreme now.
Yes.
But don't we kind of have that? Isn't that like an umbrella policy through insurance?
The ACLU is supposed to do that.
Right. And we've kind of seen the direction that that's taken, right? So I don't know, Flash, I don't know how to answer that. I don't know the answer to that at all. But in theory, the idea that
It's
your
supposed to
insurance,
protect you if you have a court case come out of nowhere. Basically, like it's part of your home insurance you can get.
But what is
Sure.
that like against your house? Like some type
Yeah.
of not
This is
about
good on
America,
yourself.
We ain't got that shit.
right? But what if you get canceled for saying something? Let's say in 2011, Blabs called somebody stupid and they took
do it
offense to
every
it
day.
or whatever, and then they came back and all of a sudden Blabs needs to lose her job, right? That they're the company that company A that she works for is like, well, we can't have anybody calling anybody stupid, so Blabs loses her job. What I'm saying is there should be some sort of insurance for that, right? That maybe it covers like a month or 2 months of her income, or I don't know. Just
I agree.
it's an interesting idea.
Actually, Flash is right. There's liability coverage on your policy that helps cover the cost of lawsuits, including your legal defense and any damages you are ordered to pay.
Oh, that was YellowFlash. I don't remember saying that.
Right, but that's
But can
if
you
get
sue
fired,
somebody?
or that's in a lawsuit situation, right?
Not if you get sued, right?
It says helps cover lawsuits.
But lawsuits that you bring up.
Yes,
For umbrella
forward?
policy?
including your legal defense and
Yeah.
any damages.
But see,
you're
defense is not the same as suing somebody for firing you.
Yeah, it's that you so you can't use to get it's meant to be like protection if you get sued.
right.
Yeah. But if your First Amendment, if you get fired for speaking your mind, then you'd have to sue the company, and they wouldn't cover
Right, but
that.
There,
Which is what Craig
we
is
would go
saying.
to arbitration for being fired. I think.
But then they would have to sue
Depending
you
on
for
the
you to be the
company.
defense.
True.
Unaverage Joe brings up a really good point. Says Elon said he would cover legal defenses on lawsuits like that on Twitter. Did anything ever come of that? Not that I know.
Carolyn, she's the one that he got interested in. I wonder if he's talked to her. That might
I
be
don't
something
know.
to follow up on.
Ripperverse
That's a good
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, because he responded to her directly.
Yeah.
So
Let
is
me
this
DM
true?
Yeah, let me send her a message real quick.
I'd
and
actually
just-
be able to respond though and say yes or no, just for legal reasons.
Okay. I just say, did he? I just asked really broadly, did anything come of this?
Yeah.
You know,
I don't think so yet.
yeah.
Maybe.
Gina
okay.
Carano would also have a lawsuit then on her hand.
Yeah, but that's a really big lawsuit with Disney. Like,
That's a big
It is,
settlement.
but if he's going to cover legal fees for people that have
Sure,
been
why
wrongly
not, right?
terminated,
yeah, they got to cover legal fees too, right? If they
He does
lose,
have more money than Disney, doesn't he?
I don't know
True.
about that.
I don't
Disney's
know.
got so much money in real estate and like
Oh,
they're
yeah, they're
they're
brilliant, aren't
loaded.
they? Yeah, you're
do we
right.
ever know? Like, can we ever possibly know how much money they actually have?
No, it's
don't
billions.
Do you
know.
It's
guys,
trillions.
did you guys hear the story about the Disney family and what all happened after Walt died? It's fascinating. You got to watch it.
No. We'll save that for another show. We'll save that for another
No.
show.
Well, they were all fighting and stuff. Apparently, they
We'll save it-
disowned a bunch of people and stuff.
Thanks,
It's
Trav.
crazy.
We can, I just don't want to divert too much. That's all. Mr. Hung came in and gifted a membership to Loudner. That's nice. Thank you so much, Mr. Hung. Appreciate that. Vault came in with the $1 Rumble rant. Says Flawdzilla, you and Mo's breakdown of Token's Rockabye Baby music
Rockabye
video.
Baby. Yeah.
Okay. Helped me appreciate his song even more. Thank
Wow.
you.
Appreciate you, man.
Hail based as fuck Monday. And that Don Parker is a brand new monthly supporter over on Rumble. Let's go. By the way, that's huge. Why? Because unlike on YouTube, where they take 30% of it, Rumble is giving us 100% of
Fire.
of memberships over there.
Mhm.
So
Rumble, baby.
yes, Rumble. I don't know, man. Like, you wonder if this is the line in the sand that everybody needs to see. Is this takes Rumble from the idea of, there's this reputation. I asked I remember asking on Twitter, when I say Rumble, what do you think? Right, and some people would say racist, right wing, free speech, right, and there's a reputation for Rumble being
Free
that.
speech is equated to racism in real life these days.
Right. There's a reputation because what Rumble did was allow anybody the opportunity to speak, which is what happens with free speech. So naturally, those who were getting suppressed on YouTube went over to Rumble and saw an opportunity, and they have ultimately grown their audience dramatically. Right.
Yep.
I think of somebody like Salty Cracker. He was streaming
Huge.
to 26,000 people last night. I mean, just ginormous. Why? Because he can say things on Rumble that he can't say on YouTube.
Yep.
But you wonder if people will see what Rumble has said here in the last day, and this is kind of the perception changer, I guess, maybe, or maybe in some people's minds it'll only cement the perception that they have of Rumble.
I will say this. This reason is exactly why Google changed their brand motto from being "Don't do evil."
I'm
I
sorry.
didn't know that's what their brand motto was.
When
That's
they
crazy.
first started. When they first started, that was their brand's motto. is
Wow.
"Don't do evil."
Imagine
And they
changing
changed it.
Wait, say that
We're
again.
doing
Is that
evil now,
real?
guys.
Yes,
What?
that's real.
We're
That
all gonna
was
do evil
their
now.
Brand motto when Google started.
That's wild.
What's their motto now?
We'll do
I
evil.
don't know.
Go fuck yourself. That's it.
Spread the evil.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. The original brand motto, was
Don't
was
be evil.
Yes.
Now it should be do evil and go
It
fuck
was
yourself.
meant to help ensure it. This is what it says. When Google filed for its initial public offering in 2004, its founders wrote that the company's guiding principle, "Don't be evil," was meant to help ensure it did good things for the world, even if it had to forego short-term gains.
Right. And
That's
they changed.
funny.
Yeah.
The
according
phrase
to-
remains in Google's code of conduct, but they removed it from the public offering and from
And who
as their
removed
motto.
it as well?
Well, free
They
speech is
actually-
evil, so
They actually had a big thing in the Google headquarters that said "Don't do evil," and they took it down. So I'm just saying, when that's your motto and you have to remove it and say it's not your anymore, something's going on.
Yeah, who was like, this has to go now? Like, what person decided that? I'm
the
curious.
devil
know.
when he took over.
Profit motive's a hell of a thing.
Was it
ain't
Mama
it?
Susan?
Satan.
Yeah, it was legitimately Satan.
All right. I'll tell you what, we've been going for about an hour. We talked about this pretty ad nauseum, but there's so much to talk here. I will say this. I've reached out to Rumble. And I've invited several people on the show to kind of talk about this, and maybe we'll have them on tomorrow. If not, cool, whatever. But everyone's busy, so we'll see if they can come on the show tomorrow and talk more about this from Rumble's perspective. We could get into this Disney thing, but we got a couple quick hits here. Before I want to get to the David Jaffe thing, then I want to give the floor to Blab.
I want to hear
back
that
from Australia. So let's just do a couple quick hits here real fast. This one's from Bounding into Comics, who apparently there's a report that Bob Iger now wants to, quote unquote, quiet the noise regarding the culture war issues because they're, quote, not healthy for Disney business.
Press X to doubt. All of this shit that they're in right now is his making. Like, he is the architect of the road they're on now. Like, they've tried to push this on Bob Chapek. This is all Iger. That's what makes this funny, is he thought he was going to come in and turn anything around, and he didn't do anything. Now the stock is, I mean, it's over 80 now, but it was at under 70. It was $79 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Like, it's they're in such a bad spot right now, and it's only going to get worse.
So a year ago,
like
Disney stock was at
fans, though?
a year ago. Disney stock was at $104. Today, it's at $83. So
yeah, 2 weeks ago, it was at 81 earlier today, I think.
Yeah.
What was it like 5 years ago?
5 years ago, Disney stock was at that's five days ago. 5 years ago, it was at $115. So it peaked in during the lockdowns and everything up to all the way up to 190. It looks like
it's because everybody was streaming their shit. But
right.
Can you read that statement again? What was his exact words? Quiet the noise. What?
Quiet the noise because it more or less because it's not good for business. So,
so he's basically saying quiet our fans' opinions.
No, I think what he's saying, Travis, is that he wants to remove any sort of culture war issues from their stories and their content.
Oh, okay.
Not going to happen.
More sense.
Yeah, but it's not going to happen. He said this before a year ago, and look what's happened.
Well, and I think they added those things in there for a profit motive anyway. So it's not a morality thing. They thought it would make them money to put those things in there, but they realized that's not the case.
I think it is a morality thing, though. They don't really they thought they were untouchable and they could just do whatever they wanted, and it's backfired spectacularly. It's hit the parks now because their brands are.
Them, it's a money issue, not a morality issue. For them, they're just trying to make fucking money.
I don't think they care that. I don't think they care as much about money. It's all about that ESG now with these people, and they care. What's really hurting them is the parks foot traffic is down. All the brands, all the movies, everything exists to make those parks popular.
You don't think that they do these things for stock price increases? Because I think that's what this morality things are. They do it for stock price increases.
No one likes Disney.
True. But that's what I'm saying. They thought it would be a popular thing to do because we're in the Me Too era.
Okay, but here's the thing. People buy, and just to be very clear, people buy stock whether or not they agree with or like the company at all. It's all about it's a money-making thing. If a stock is low, you buy it. I bought stock in company I don't know anything about, but I know outside of their base financials, but their stock was low, and you sell it
some
high.
people won't buy stock just because of things the company says.
Sure.
Right.
Some people. Anyways, it's just an interesting it's kind of a laughable headline, as we saw with Flash, where he's like, yeah, okay.
This is a bit interesting.
It's damage control to try to turn their stock around a little bit. But their brand is so damaged. It's like all of their entertainment exists to make their parks popular. If Disney's name isn't as strong, why would you go to the park? Because the whole reason to go to the park is to be immersed in Disney. I don't know if it's still a thing, but they used to have it that you couldn't fly over Disney because they don't want the immersion to be broken.
Yeah,
that you're in Disney. I'm not kidding. That's the real thing.
No fly zone.
They want you to be immersed in Disney magic, and most people don't give a fuck about Disney magic anymore.
Yeah, it's very, very true. All that is true. What Flash said for sure. Flawed, your thoughts on that? Do you think that's something that Disney can hold up the end of the market? No,
absolutely not.
Okay.
I think it's ironic because they say, not healthy and all that in the midst of all these strikes. And they have all these writers that, create all these issues, with the culture war. Like they put it in your face and everything. So it'll be interesting how this all pans out. He's saying one thing, but then,
it'll be cool.
Of other stuff.
It makes me wonder if they'll make rules for their writers and stuff. Because you guys remember, well, Craig remembers what Jaffe said. They start putting it in there just because that's their life now and they believe it's right. So, and they don't even think about it. They just put it in the content because they need to be represented. Well, it makes me wonder if now Disney's going to make a rule saying, hey, you got to run this shit by us before you put that shit in a movie, or a show or whatever.
All right, let's go to our next story here. This is kind of came down this morning, which is something that I think a lot of people in the entertainment space have known for a while. This was definitely coming, but the head of Fox and News Corp, Rupert Murdoc, has stepped down this morning for his son Lachlan. And this is, this is kind of like a real life Succession type thing. You saw that show on HBO. There's been a lot of talk about how that was mirrored after the idea of this. Just a point of reference, Rupert Murdoc's family, and they're valued at $17.5 billion.
Yeah, News Corp in and of itself owns 16 other companies. They own bunches of newspapers, TV networks like Fox News. They own lots of shit.
Damn.
Oh no, way more than that. But yes, it's. I mean, these billionaires, they own hundreds of companies, and yeah, it's crazy. I mean, when you hear, and just as a point of reference, here's the Wikipedia article about it. So,
my understanding, his family is the largest shareholder of not only News Corp but of Fox News, the brand itself, and then the second largest shareholder of Fox News and News Corp is Prince Alawali bin Talal from Saudi Arabia. So they're able to do this because the second largest shareholder is not going to be like, no, you can't do that.
I just like to point out that while you've been talking, I've been scrolling down at all the things that they own.
Going.
So,
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like us poor schlups over here just trying to run one little business, and it's ridiculous. All right, y'all, any thoughts on Rupert Murdoc stepping down?
I hate the media.
I wonder what's going to change, if Fox will change at all, or if News Corp, I think he'll
get worse.
He'll get rid
probably.
of some of the newspapers that don't make him money that his dad kept just to put stuff in print. But
Fox is already headed left, so yeah, someone just said in the chat it's going more left. It will.
All right. Speaking of going left, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this David Jaffe conversation. One of the things
you stressed me out with that one, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
I know, brother. I know. Flash, did you get a chance to catch any of that?
No, I don't know.
Oh my goodness, bro. You got to watch it. You'll be so triggered.
So, Flash, we had David Jaffe on Friday, and we had a really good...
yeah. Oh, I thought you were talking about somebody else.
Okay.
I forgot the God of War. I always call him the God of War guy.
Yes. So we had him on.
Well, you might not now.
We went about 5.5 hours. And to be clear, I'd love to have him on again. But one of the sticking points that we kept going back to was, and it goes back to the slippery slope. They're like, where's the slippery slope? Right? That's the one thing I don't see it. I don't see the slippery slope. And we're talking about representation in video games. That's really great. That hey, if you want to have your pronouns, that's awesome. And I think it was Travis who says something to the effect, or maybe it was Melanie. I was like, hey, well, how come the person's not in a wheelchair? How come they can hear? How come they can see? How come they don't have one leg? That's not really diverse. And then we went a little bit further and said, what about the people who identify as cats or dogs? And he brushed that off and was like, well, that's such a small percentage of the population. We don't necessarily need to worry about that now. That's ancillary.
Again, I said that is a minority, smaller than trans people, and so it makes it more what's the word? Discriminatory. I apologize.
So our conversation was 6 days ago. And by the way, this doesn't happen. This is not an issue, according to David. But I want to let you know that in Berlin, ladies and gentlemen, hundreds of humans who identify as dogs gather at a Berlin train station to advocate for rights of people who identify as dogs. The event was organized by a group called Canine Beings, and the audio is just as good as you'd expect it to be.
They saw your interview.
Do you remember what I said about some people could just be furries and not admitting it because it's not publicly accepted, and then as soon as you publicly accept it, they'll come out. He said, well, that's not going to happen. Well, clearly it is. And then I brought up people who have sex with animals.
Yep.
Same thing.
Here we go. So let's listen to let's hear what this meetup sounded like.
Aww.
Look at these sweet people.
Can we just arrest all of those people and throw them into some kind of institution
and neuter them?
I want to clarify something.
Neuter your pets, ladies and gentlemen.
This is how they feel. Do you remember what Jaffe kept saying?
Yeah.
Well, they feel this way. Well, that's how they feel too.
Yep.
Why is one person's feelings more important than another person's feelings when it's about themselves?
Yeah.
That's the thing that I don't think people truly understand about this. We talk about the slippery slope. I've said that word probably 15 times today, because all of a sudden, here we are at a Berlin train station. People are howling at the full moon with their fucking dog masks on, being fucking imbeciles, and we're over here supposed to take this shit and be like, yeah, that's cool. God.
For a lot of them,
it's going to get legs.
The fastest way to get them out of that is to walk up to them and command them to do something with their dog, and guaranteed they'd be done. Now, some of them would be into it.
Give them a treat.
But some of them would be into it, but some of them would be out of there real fast. Guaranteed.
Like, do these people not realize that we're not fucking idiots and realize that they're not dogs? Like,
you're the wrong one.
Well,
you're the bigot.
When you get to be whatever you feel like, Craig, you're gonna
I feel like a millionaire, so pay up, okay?
Like I said to Jaffe, and some adults act like children. Children are going to want to be something just to stand out and be special. So some people just need attention, and I would argue that what's the word when you want everything to be about you? It's an S word, I forget. But when you want everything to be about you and you want all this attention, what are you going to say you are? A dog. Why? Look, they got people paying attention to them now.
Absolutely. True. What is a dog?
I saw that.
Like, as Mighty Megatron says, you mock them. Yeah, you absolutely mock these fucking idiots.
I agree.
Like, you just have to point and laugh and say, you guys, today I identify as a veterinarian, and I see a bunch of wounded animals that need to be put down.
Yeah, send them all to Arkham Asylum, as somebody said in the chat.
Unreal. Sorry, it gets me riled up. This goes back to the idea. Like, I go back to old side scrollers a decade ago, where
narcissists is what I was thinking about. They're all narcissists.
Oh my God, Travis, it drives me crazy. But it goes back to a decade ago where we had the issue of the lady blinding herself because she wanted to be blind, right? She put
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
like how that worked out for her,
There's people
you know?
that like cut their limbs off because they want to be amputees.
Oh yeah, because
It's all this. It is the victim culture.
Yes.
That's what we're in now.
We
It's
talked
like,
about Munchausen's by proxy. People take their kids in and say they have cancer and get them or something and get them surgeries. There was a woman who got their kids 16 surgeries because she kept saying there was something wrong with them. Why? Because every time her kid was sick, she got attention from people.
that's why you see a lot of these like, woke leftist parents like pushing and encouraging their kids to get these crazy surgeries. A lot of it, they do it for points so that they can say, "Oh, I'm a parent of this or that."
Yep.
Well, I just
Well,
like to point
imagine
out,
what would get them. Sorry, Kirk. Imagine what would get attention now if they say, "Well, my kid's a dog."
Yeah. That's literally Munchausen's by proxy, right? When you make your kid sick or whatever.
Yeah.
So, like, we're affirming that, and we're affirming just mental illness all around the board.
And just that word. So if somehow a parent gets the idea that their kid's going to personify a dog, and then they affirm that, right? Because that's what we're supposed to do. Then they realize, oh, I'm getting all this attention because people are looking at my crazy ass kid, you know, and they enjoy that, people. And Jaffe would say, well, people wouldn't do that. People do that all the fucking time.
Clearly.
All the time.
Bring back
We wouldn't have a
Seth
thing. We wouldn't have a thing called Munchausen's by proxy if people didn't do it.
Facts. We just ignore that, though.
did this all like?
Sorry, it bothers me, guys.
You're right.
This whole thing bothers me. Like once again, we're all supposed to pretend like we're all fucking idiots and pretend like this isn't. These people aren't insane and they don't have mental issues, right? Look, I have the utmost sympathy for these people because there's clearly something wrong with their brains.
Mm-hmm.
But for people to say, well, why would we, like, once again, it goes back to Jaffe where he's like, no, like that doesn't happen. Oh, really? There's fucking 300 people there with dog masks on telling you that they're dogs. And you're going to tell me that just in Berlin. Like,
right.
I like this comment. You don't hear about this kind of shit coming from poor war-torn countries.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Facts.
They got real shit going on with their lives. They don't have all this free time to act like an idiot and a dog.
Well, and that's why I brought up the statistics when I looked up suicide rates, and I looked up the statistic that he kept pointing to that trans people would have higher suicide rates and everything because of their gender dysphoria. And I told him, well, the numbers are different everywhere else, but American transness is so different than everywhere else for some reason, and the numbers are widely different. Now,
you guys
what's that say about us?
You dunked on every single point he had with statistics.
Yeah, you're right too. It's not just that. It's like personality. What is it? Multiple personality disorder.
Yeah.
That's only an American thing.
Yep.
No other country,
I
unless that's changed recently. I don't. A few years ago, that was a fact. So I don't know if that's still the same or not. But
I don't know if it triggers something in our brains that when you grow up in the best country in the world, people label it as such. Then you get this idea that somehow you're of importance and that you need this extra attention and or whatever. And I don't know what causes it. I just use that as an example. But I think Americans in general have an entitlement cult. We have an entitlement culture, and so we make sociopaths left and right.
Well, then you couple that with the phone and social media and everything else attached to that. I mean, you're just pouring gasoline on the fire, 100%. Man, it's just amazing to see how many people just have their blinders on. And that's, I go back to like the idea behind this show. This show is just to let people know you're not insane, right? This shit is not normal. This will not be glorified on our channel. We will laugh at it. We will mock at it. It is ridiculous. It's the same thing that we've been doing forever, but everyone is so fucking scared. And it's insane.
Let me say this. I don't care if those people want to be dogs, but as soon as they need a special place to sit or be on all fours on the bus, I'm going to have an issue because you're taking up 2 seats that could be there for somebody else. If you want to be all fours in a space that ain't going to be in anybody's way, whatever. But as soon as you need something extra because you think you're a dog, then we have a fucking problem.
Super Sentai guy talking about Disney airspace says Disney owns its airspace for several reasons. Thank you, Super Sentai guy. Alex Howe says there's a lot of virgins in one place talking about the.
Funny enough, I think those people are having more sex than all of us. They think they're dogs.
Just humping, just straight up humping the couch. Just
Jesus, Flawd.
You mean the movie
been in the porn industry.
All I want to know is
I was required to watch 10 minutes of every DVD to make sure it worked. So you keep that in mind. What I've seen.
So that's why the way you are. Understood now. Get it.
Who let the dogs out? There you go. You mean the movies. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. We're waiting on that one. Sal says, "Can I identify as an ATF agent at that event?"
Well, and do those people need to go get a dog license? Or do we need to get them tagged?
Dog insurance, the vax. So I'm not gonna say actually.
That's right.
If they believe their dogs, should we not then require them to do these things we require pets to do?
Yeah, spay and neuter. Like I said,
they need to be on a leash if they're in public.
Leash law
and accompanied by
call
somebody
their
else.
Babies like puppies and litters.
That'd be cute. I can't lie.
Eddie says, "Only dog I know is
Snoop
Dogg."
No.
Yeah. Thanks, Eddie. Appreciate that. Extra Zero says, "So if they think they're dogs, it's a good opportunity to spay and neuter." Absolutely, right? We're gonna go in and start slicing and dicing.
No more litters for them.
I don't get this that we want to be treated as something and we believe we're that, so we need to be treated that way, but then we don't want to be treated like wear a collar and have to be accompanied by a human. Somebody who believes they're a human, but they won't want that because that infringes on their freedom. But you're a fucking dog.
Yep.
Chris B says, "Travis, what are you doing? You're not on this level of discussion. Data. No antidote. No antidotes. Give me specifics. I don't have the data. Why do you ask?" Thanks, Chris.
He said, "I'm better at this than all of you guys." That's what he literally said in the middle of that conversation.
I don't know. If
I gotta listen to that whole stream. I listened to like an hour and a half of it.
There was a point where
so condescending the whole time.
I don't know if you picked up on the point where I was like, "Listen, you're smarter.
We all know it, man."
One person noticed this in the comments out of all 500 and whatever comments there were. I went in that spot where I labeled Jaffe smarter than all of us. I spelled his name wrong. Spelled it right everywhere else, and I spelled it wrong on that spot. And only one person noticed it and said, "That's hilarious. Thank you. Thank you for saying that."
That's funny. Subtle.
Hey, give it up for Tolls64 coming in with the $50 Rumble rant.
I'm just saying that.
That Rumble support is massive.
$50, bro.
All right. Hey, Blabs, I think we're gonna need to push your travel story to tomorrow.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
Did you get a soundboard while I was away?
Me? No.
We just
That was me. I played it for the 50.
Awesome.
Just for the 50.
It looked like Craig moved.
50.
Yeah,
Let's
Craig
go.
moved.
$50.
All right, we have soundboard.
It was good timing.
YellowFlash has to say balls, please, and thank you.
Balls?
With a deep
Thank
voice.
Balls.
All right, let me show you guys the best thing I've seen today. We've been all over the place. We've had YouTube ups and Rumbles highs, and we've had people being dogs. But I'll tell you what, this reminded me of a. Do you remember? It was probably a decade ago now. There was the football coach at Oklahoma State who was like, "I'm a man. I'm 40." Do you remember that from a long time ago? So the back, it has nothing to do with this, but it's just what it reminds me of. This guy was he was a football coach at Oklahoma State, and some people were being critical of his kids, and he's like, "Why are you criticizing these kids? You need to criticize me. I'm a man. I'm a man. I'm 40." And it was total meme worthy. It was super viral back then. I have seen this. I mean, this is the best thing I've seen today. It's just so fucking funny. And this is a man who probably is about 45, but he wants to let you know he's a man. There's an altercation on a golf course that is happening here. And I'm just going to let this be and see how you'd react to this situation. Because I could absolutely see Flash ripping off his shirt. Let's see.
We got a Karen on the golf course right now. You'll leave. I don't give you a goddamn thing.
I'm
gonna take your clubs.
Take it.
This is even where you're fucking.
Then leave.
I'm not getting a fight at a golf course.
Then leave. I'm gonna stand here and you can complain. Goodbye.
I'm not complaining. You're the one bitching.
Look at how
He's
pretentious and
drunk.
arrogant he looks.
Wait, why is he standing there? What's
Yeah,
the
what's the context?
Context.
Well, so apparently
You can tell he's drunk too, So
that's what you
apparently-
do when you golf.
you drink and you booze.
yeah,
You
they
booze
they
and
drive
you-
around in them carts and give you $8 beers.
Okay, so this guy is here, and I think there's an altercation about a ball, and they'll get into this in just a little bit.
No, you're the one that approached me and I asked you to no longer speak.
You took her ball.
Please don't speak to me.
We're coming over.
You took her ball.
Bro, you took her ball.
Okay, so clearly he took
He
her
took
ball.
her ball, bro.
Bro,
Okay.
you took her ball.
Okay,
He was clearly drunk and grabbed the wrong one or something. Like
at this point, he's standing there. Everything is fine. The first 30 seconds of this, everything is great. Okay, and he took her ball.
There appears to be a mix-up of
If you need
balls.
money for a golf ball, because I'll plant you, bitch boy.
Okay, I don't know if you caught that. Okay, everyone, just,
I'm gonna
just
start
listen-
saying that.
Listen to this.
Bitch.
Pants, you bitch boy.
Because I'll plant you, bitch boy.
Because I'll plant you, bitch
I'll
boy.
plant you, bitch boy.
I thought
I'm
he
using
said
that.
pants.
Pants would have been funnier.
Like he's gonna
What
pants him, you know.
is the dude like a marigold flower or something? You're gonna plant him?
You're gonna put him in the ground. That was a good
Okay,
threat.
Gotcha.
All right.
Yeah.
So at this point, we were here and we've escalated the heat. It's escalated a little bit. Let's continue.
Now get the fuck off the cart.
Walter.
Walter.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Damn. That escalated real quick, didn't
He
it?
did that so fat.
Okay.
Has he
Look at
been
his
practicing
that
in the
face.
mirror?
That face right there. If
Look
you
at him.
flip
Look at his
that,
arms.
That's how he looks when he goes downstairs and his kids had already opened the Christmas present.
His arms are so brown.
Okay. He's at this point, the shirt is off in a fraction of a second. All right. He was ready to go.
He was black.
Now comes the best part of the video. I need y'all to listen to what he's about to say.
Oh, here we go.
You see that?
Oh.
Dr. Doodle's been to heaven, bitch, and you want to test God? You fucking come get it.
Okay.
He's fire. I'm not gonna lie. He's fire. That was so fire.
This guy.
Okay.
Oh, I like it.
He looks at his own body.
He had a
Says,
bad day.
Look at that. Says something about his body going to heaven. And if
He
you
said, "This is
wanna
a man who's
test
been to heaven. You want to test God?" That was
This is
hard.
a guy who woke up whose wife just started bitching at him.
Yeah, he's
thing in the
feeling
Boys
something.
morning.
cheating on him.
And he,
Yeah, he's
went,
going
and
through
he
it.
went and got drunk at the golf course, picked up the wrong ball, and then took it out on that woman.
He's going through it for sure.
All right, let's continue this. Here we go.
Oh.
Dr. Doodle's been to heaven, bitch, and you want to test God? You fucking come get it. Shit stack.
You wanna-
Shit stack.
You want to test God? What does
This
he
is-
mean by been to heaven? Did he die?
I don't know what that meant. Yeah, it
Maybe
was kind
he
of
got,
that was kind of
life
weird.
alert.
Oh.
Like I'm thinking maybe he was brought
in a
back to
coma.
life or something.
That fentanyl.
He OD'd and came back.
Clear.
He is extremely proud of his body, just so you know, which is the best thing.
I
He's
am
got
too.
Outstanding dad bod. Outstanding dad bod.
How do you answer to? Do you want to test God?
I was like, you won. You won. I'm out of
Where
here.
did you find this video, Craig?
You won the game, man.
Thanks TMZ Sports. Here we go. Let's finish this up.
Okay.
Oh.
You think I'm mentally ill?
He looks like an enemy in a video game.
Okay.
Leave me alone.
I've been to heaven.
If you
He looks
rewind
like
it a
an
little
evil
bit,
NPC.
I love it,
rewind it
man.
when he has his shirt off and he's got to the side profile, because immediately I thought French fried taters. I mean, he looks like that guy. I'm not kidding.
Oh, Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy from
Yeah.
Sling
Yo,
Blade.
he's so
It's
triggered.
at the end, right there.
Mhm.
French fried tater.
I like them taters.
Just how he's holding his head out, like, oh no.
That's a good video. That's a good video. I'm so happy I saw that today.
It's the best thing I saw today, and I wanted to share that with you guys.
You ever
I think it
seen Sling Blade Labs?
What?
You ever seen the movie
Mhm.
Sling Blade? You gotta watch Sling Blade.
Yeah.
This
She wasn't even born when that movie came out, I bet.
So
Yeah.
everybody on the panel in the
I was a
chat,
kid.
should she watch?
You should. It's
What,
crazy.
what year did this come out?
90s, maybe
Yeah,
early
let me look.
2000s.
2002, I think.
Yeah.
Let me look.
I was born 96. Thank you very much, YellowFlash.
Well, I was like 7 watching it, so
Oh, it was 1996 is when it came out.
Wow, exactly 7.
born.
wow.
It's
Jack
a
came in and
great
says
movie.
total plague of Vicarious and
What's up with the words, bro?
Yeah, no, come on,
Narcissal?
I'm not that smart.
Narcissal?
By proxy,
Narcissal.
the real life versions of Nagisa's mom. He never grew because she secretly had him on pube blockers or pub blockers, which some
No, I
would
think
say,
it meant pube. Yeah.
some would say that
Hair.
you probably should be blocking your kids from pubs when they're not 21. But
No beer for you.
Hal came in and says, I see he subscribes to the Hulk Hogan School of Conflict Resolution.
That's right. I didn't say brother.
I
somewhere in
mean,
there.
he won, didn't he?
He did. He won against me too. If I was there,
I mean, that's why people say if somebody comes up to start shit with you, act crazy and do that shit, clip that. Because
you don't get it
they'll
prepared.
they'll think you're insane and they'll just leave.
He
I
uses
feel
that
like
a
we
lot,
should-
though.
God, if I want to find that guy and get him on the show, because I'm
You
sure he's
should.
he's probably some like middle management guy at some corporate entity.
It's
Like
probably
a
really
new-
based.
He probably lives down the
DuPont or
street
something.
from one of us or something.
That's ridiculous.
I hope he
All
doesn't
right,
live down the
let's-
street from me.
I hope not too. I live in a place where he looks like
He's
he
been
could
to
come from.
heaven.
All right, let's get to some memes. But before we do, guys, do us a favor, hit the thumbs up button. And if you're new, hit the subscribe button. We'd love for you guys to come back and join us tomorrow when we're back at it. We have another video going up this afternoon from Salty Cracker from my interview with him. Should be good. Obviously, when you guys come up, just make it a part of your day to hit the thumbs up button. And if you're new, subscribe, obviously, to Flawed and to YellowFlash as well. All right, let's check out these memes. This first one from Extra Zero says, Trav on the day Google changed their motto. Here we go. I want to do it because it's fun. It's fun to do bad things. I want to do hood rat stuff with my friends.
With my friends. Love that video.
And then we got this one for Extra Zero. It says, Trav apologized in advance for the memes today after putting Blabs in an awkward conversation. Ironically, Cloud missed this one.
That's okay.
Well, you gotta be in the porn industry. So
Oh, yeah, I forgot you're a deviant. I forgot. Degenerate.
Too much about each other today. You're not Nord. We're not in the porn industry. It's good stuff.
I know.
Well, Blabs, you could be in the porn industry.
Oh, I'm good. I'm pretty happy that I'm not. Thanks. So, I do that at time. Yeah, I'm good.
Respect it.
I apologize in advance for the meme.
So much going on.
Oh,
Thank you very much. Appreciate that, Extra Zero. And Cloud, good luck with that.
Oh, dear.
I sounded so clear, and everything else sounded so weird. Did anyone say that?
I
sounded great.
Yeah.
I was like, I sound amazing, man.
I was like quality sound.
There you go. Blast picked an interesting day for side scroll to return to side scrollers. Click to expand. Happy International Escape. Oh, this is Travis. What's it called? Escapeology.
Escapeology.
Okay.
What the hell?
Escape. Happy International Escapeology Day, Moz. I'm sorry I farted on stream after calling you an American bitch, Blabs. Wow.
God.
Damn.
Can I bring
It
the mood
wasn't
down?
even him. He was just reading another Australian comment and then he farted on stream.
What is
Then here's
that violation?
Travis coming in and says, "Can I bring down the mood on this conversation a little bit?" Travis, the dark cloud of side scrollers. Then we got this one from Extra Zero. It says, the video of the canine beings was a bit blurry, but if you zoom in, you can see a very different type of dog. How do you do, my fellow
I
dog?
forgot they were called hot dogs.
Except he would have been eaten in like 5 seconds. You know, like.
Yeah, dogs don't play about hot
fellow
dogs.
dogs.
That's brilliant stuff. All right, I need everyone to go and subscribe to YellowFlash 2 over on YouTube because YellowFlash, tell everybody what you do because you do it and you do it well.
I mostly talk about pop culture stuff or I mean, stuff that's going on in the world too. I've been talking about this Russell Brand stuff a little bit, which is insane.
Yeah,
we've talked about that a lot over here. I'm just really interested in pop culture and what's going on with it. And, there's a lot of nasty shit going on right now. So
Love that.
I like to
Flawed?
bring attention to it.
100. Flawed, what do you got going on, man?
Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 5 o'clock Central, I stream on Rumble. I also drop like music reactions on YouTube. And next Thursday, whenever the 28th is, I'll be on Normal World again.
Hell yeah, man. That's great.
And Base Staff and here.
That's great. Excellent. Looking forward to it, man. Speaking of things we have coming up, we have not announced this yet, but starting next week, we're kind of starting to lock in our schedule a little bit with our guests. Monday, we'll be joined for the foreseeable future by Razor Fist. So he'll be joining us
every Monday?
On Mondays. Yep.
Goodness. What's happening
Nice.
over here?
Goodness.
So, did anybody go look at GK and him side by side and see how they look alike? I'm telling you, they
No.
look alike, but one has long hair.
No.
So Razor will be joining us on Mondays. On Wednesdays will be Adam and Flawed. Flawed, you always have the opportunity to come on. Thursdays will be an interview, and next week it'll be Jeremy D-Day Cobra. And Fridays will always be joined by Melanie Mack. So
Goodness.
things are coming together, baby. We got a little murderer's row.
Yeah, this is wild over
We
here.
can look forward to pissing off Rich every Friday.
Is he still mad at you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, I got him blocked, so I don't know.
I blocked him a while ago.
Any chance he
He's
gets.
so fucking annoying.
Maybe I should DM him and just ask him that. Are you still mad at me?
He's gonna post it for sure.
Yeah.
Ask him if he wants to come on Saturday.
Saturdays.
Yes, he
We
did.
have one more meme, by the way.
Oh, we do?
Just got
Okay.
tagged in it. Yeah, I'll share my screen. Ta-da! Watching.
I got it.
Oh, well, never mind then.
Suck
It's my
off.
screen, but that's cool.
I
Oh,
love
here
that.
we go.
That's
Look at
awesome.
this. Yes. Watching
all of
Sesame.
us.
That's good stuff right there. Look at, hey, why are you flaming, Flawed? What's up with that?
I don't know why I'm flaming.
Flame boy.
He's
I
just
mean-
that fabulous.
Yeah, I guess I'm just a human torch. I'll take it. You know what I mean?
All right.
I'm
Love
a fire
that.
bar spitter, you know?
Well, thanks, a serious man. Appreciate that greatly. All right.
That's pretty
Speaking
cool.
of, Flawed was talking about the music, his reactions. I'm going to be doing a music appreciation stream over on Rumble. I need you guys to come over and join me over at rumble.com/side scrollers. It most likely will not be on the Side Scrollers Play channel over here on YouTube. But I don't know.
YouTube likes to copyright music. Watch out.
They'll flag you so quick. It's ridiculous.
Mhm.
So ruin your channel. But Rumble's pretty good about that stuff. So they actually let
They're
you
great.
respond and talk about those things. So rumble.com/side scrollers, probably in about 45 minutes or so, about 1:30 Central Time. So I look forward to seeing you guys over there. They're some of my favorite streams that I do. Yeah, go follow Travis over on the X and over on Twitch, and go
X
follow
gonna give it to you.
or no. And go follow Blabs, obviously, over on YouTube and Twitter and everywhere else, right?
Kick.
And Kick. There you go. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. Hit the thumbs up button on your way out. Thanks, YellowFlash, for joining us, Flawed for joining us, Travis for being here, and Blabs for returning back home. It's good to see you, Blabs. Welcome home.
Thanks.
Tomorrow, we got Melanie Mack joining us and a incredible story that will shape your life from Blabs. We look forward to sharing it with you guys tomorrow.
Getting farted on.
Remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got to go get it. Don't get farted on by Blabs. Gross, have a good day.